video will be on the homework involving exercise 1A, which is found on page 11, questions 4A, 7A, and 8, as well as exercise 1B on page 17, question 1A, 3A, 9A, and 5. So let's first go through question 4A. Question 4A. You are given 72 and you are asked to prime factorize it. Prime factorize. So you find the prime factorization of 72. So what you need to do is first do this. Draw a line, write 72 on the top right hand corner. 72 can be divided by 2 to form 36, which also can be divided by 2 to form 18. 18 can be divided by 2 again to form 9. Okay, then can 9 be divided by 2? Key that into your calculator. No, you get 4.5, which is not a whole number. So 9 cannot be divided by 2, but no problem. We can move on to the next prime number. So the next prime number is 3. So 9 divided by 3, that gives us 3. 3 divided by 3, that gives us 1. And since we are at 1, we will now stop, and that's all. So 72 would be equal to 2. We have 1, 2 here, we have another 2, we have 3. So 1, 2, 3. So 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3. And then this multiplied by 3 to the power of 2. So this is your answer. Now let's move on to question 7A. Question 7A. So for question 7A, you're supposed to express 756 as a product of its prime numbers. So first we will prime factorize 756. 756, it can be divided by 2 to form 378, which can be divided by 2 as well to form 189. And it cannot be divided by 2, but we can move on to the next prime number, which is 3. So 189 can be divided by 3 to form 63, which can also be divided by 3. And this will give us 21. And 21 can be divided by 3 again to form 7. 7 can then be divided by the next prime number, 7, to give us 1. And therefore, 756, that would be equal to 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3 multiplied by 7. So there are 2 2's here, so 2. So let me write that down. There is 1 2 here, there is 2 2 here. So therefore we have this. Okay? We have 1 2 3. So we have 1 3 2 3 and we have 1 3 2 3 and 3 3, therefore we have 3 3's. And lastly, because there is just one 7 over here, therefore there is only 1 7 over here. Okay, so this would be your final answer. So for this question, even though it doesn't say that you have to leave it in index notation, it will be neater to write in index notation as compared to writing 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 7. Right? So for this, we just leave it in index notation. So this is index notation. Okay, now let's move on to question 8. Question 8. In question 8, you are given 273 1 centimeter cubes, and you're supposed to make a cuboid with it. And each side of the cuboid is longer than 1 centimeter. Next, you're supposed to find the dimensions of the cuboid. So first, Let's use prime factorization. So our first step would be to prime factorize 273. 273, it can be divided by 3, that would give us 91. And 91 is divisible by 7, which would give us 13. 13, we can divide it by 13 as well. 13 is a prime number to give us 1. Therefore, 273 is equal to 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 13. And let's check, because there is this statement here that says each side is longer than 1 centimeter. So 3, 7, 13, they are all more than 1. So these 3 can be our dimensions of the cuboid. So what this means is that we have a cuboid. And then this part maybe it's 7, this is 3, and this is 13. So one more thing is that this question is asking for the dimensions. It asks for the dimensions of the cuboid. So because it asks for the dimensions of the cuboid, we need a concluding statement. Okay, we need to say the dimensions of the cuboid are 3 centimeters. Remember it's centimeters over here. 3 centimeters by 7 centimeters by 13 centimeters. Oops. 13 centimeters. So this is the statement that all of you should have. So a lot of you didn't write this. So you need to have this statement here. Basically, you need to focus on 3 cm by 7 cm by 13 cm. Next, we'll move on to exercise 1B, which is on page 17. Question 1A. Find square root of 441 using prime factorization. So note that you're supposed to use prime factorization for this question. So first, we need to prime factorize 441. So 441, it can be divided by 3, and that would give you 147, which can be divided by 3 as well to form 49. And 49, you can divide that by 7, that will give you 7, and divide it by 7 as well to give you 1. So since we have 1, we can stop here now. So 441, this is equal to 3 squared multiplied by 7 squared. Next, we are supposed to find square root of 441, correct? So that would just be square root of 3 squared multiplied by 7 squared. So we have 441 here, we have 441 here. And 441 is equal to 3 squared multiplied by 7 squared. And it is over here. So the only difference is that we added the square root sign in. So now, to evaluate this, because it's the square root sign, right? We just need to divide 2 by half. 2 is the index of 3. And the index of 7. So it will just be 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by 7 to the power of 1. So let me just recap. How did I get this 1? It will just be 2 divided by 2, which would give me 1. So the reason why I divide by 2 is because this is a square root. So I divide the indices, which is the small number on top, by 2. And if I key this into my calculator, this would give me 21. Now let's move on to question 3a. So here's the question. You are given the prime factorization of 8100, which is 2 to the power of 2, multiplied by 3 to the power of 4, multiplied by 5 to the power of 2. And you're supposed to find the square root of 8100. So, since you already know what 8100 is, all you need to do is square root it. So, square root of 8100, that is equal to this. That's equal to this, which is also equal to the square root of 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of 4 multiplied by 5 to the power of 2. And one thing to know is that our line has to cover everything that's inside. Okay? And then, so because there's 2 here, we will write 2 there as well. Now, the index is 2. So 2 divided by 2, that would give us 1. Correct? 2 divided by 2, that would give us 1. Now, 3 to the power of 4, square root that. 4 divided by 2, that would give us 2. And lastly, we have 5 to the power of 2. 2 here, if we divide this by 2, we get 1. So therefore, this is equal to, if we just key that into our calculator, oh wait, no, there is no need to key that into our calculator, because for this question, it says to express the square root as a product of its prime factors. So, we are done with this question. This would be your final answer. Question 9a. Let's move on to question 9a. The question states, use calculator to evaluate 7 squared minus square root of 361 plus 213. So all you need to do is key this whole portion here into your calculator. So all you need to do is just key this portion into your calculator. And for your working, all you need to write is 7 squared minus square root of 361 plus 213 is equal to, is equal to 9291. That's all. So for this, you do not need to show much working. All you need to do is use your calculator as written over here. Last question. Question 5. The volume of a cube is 343 centimeter cube or cubic centimeter. Find the length of its side. So you have a cube. Its volume is 343 centimeters, cubic centimeter. And you're supposed to find the side. So all you need to do is have the cube root of 343. You can either use your calculator. Method 1 would be to use your calculator. Key cube root of 343 into your calculator and you will get 7. But note that you are supposed to find the length, so you need to put units. So you would have to write the length of the side is 7 centimeters. So this is one method, one way to solve this question. There is another way to do this, to solve this question as well. Method 2. And that would be to prime factorize, to use prime factorization. So what is prime factorization? prime factorization is basically this, right? And you have 3, 4, 3. Okay, that can be divided by 7 to give you 49, which can be divided by 7 again to give you 7, which can be divided by 7 again to give you 1. So basically 3, 4, 3 is equal to 7 cubed. Correct? So the cube root of 3, 4, 3 will just be the cube root of 7 cubed. And this would then be equal to, because there's a 3 here, there's a 3 here, all you need to do is all you need to do is 3 divided by 3 to give you 1. And 7 to the power of 1 is just simply 7. And of course you have to write that the length of the side is 7 centimeters as well. So like that. The end. So remember to have your concluding statement because you are looking for the length. Now we have come to the end of this, the corrections for the homework. However, to check if you have really understood, I have 2 questions for you. The first question would be to express 540 in index notation. So let me give you a clue. You need to prime factorize this. So using prime factorization. The second question would be that you are given this very big number, 225,000. Okay, but no worries, I've already prime factorized it for you. So here you go, it's 2 to the power of 4 multiplied by 3 to the power of 2 multiplied by 5 to the power of 6. So what I need you to do is find the square root of 225,000. What is it equal to? And leave your answer in index notation. Okay, that's all for this video. Goodbye.